Dear Heavenly Father, I come to you as humbly as possible. I ask you for forgiveness of my sins, known and unknown. Thank you for waking me up today. I thank you for waking my family up. For continuing to thank you in advance for everything that I love you do for me. I thank you for everything that you've done already. I just thank you for being such a loving and a forgiving God. I thank you for being a prayer answering God. Lord, thank you for gathering us here tonight. I just pray you take over the conversation. I pray you fill us up with you. I pray it goes smoothly. I pray you release all this nervousness and let us just feel like we just having a conversation, but I pray you are in it. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so what's up, everybody?
What's up, yo?
We're on another episode of the podcast. Before the podcast, I'm your host, Anita. We have a special guest here. Introduce yourself.
There's CJ.
This is a good friend.
Sharif, this kid. Whatever first shower, whatever handle y'all jack. It's me though.
So we coming through with a topic, and I want you to give us your topic.
My topic today that I chose was lifestyle, just so we could just get a broad aspect of just everything, and I have to like stick to one specific thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
It sounds like just
like lifestyle is just gonna cover like the basics of the who knows or who doesn't know and what people do and how they do it, relationships, work, and, you know,
Okay.
lifestyle is a broad topic.
Yes, it sounds interesting. Before we get into it, as y'all know, this is March. This is Women's History Month. So I need you to give a shout out to either someone personally, woman in general. Just give us some love.
Anyone?
Anyone, you could pick somebody out, or you could say it to all of them in general.
I respectfully, I gotta give it to my black queens because, you know, like, y'all the most resilient individuals that, like, I'm not gonna say any black queen could bounce back from anything. I wish it was that way, but what I'm saying is, I know that's built in y'all DNA. Like, I done seen black women come from, I hate to say nothing, but I done seen my black sisters come from nothing and really, like, boss up and do whatever it was that they had to do because they had to do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, from boostage, selling dimmers, selling whatever else they have to sell.
gotta do.
They go do whatever it is that they gotta do and go to school, maintain a lifestyle as a whole.
Okay.
Maybe,
So
yeah.
shout out to Black Queens.
Saw that in perfectly.
Okay, yes, I like it. All right, so, okay, before we get started, I'm gonna ask you some warm-up questions, just so you know, like, Nishan of the Moon.
Alright.
Okay, so what's your favorite color?
Orange.
Orange, I like orange too. Do you have a favorite number?
23 and 11.
Okay, I like 11 too.
That's my Dale's ball.
Okay. What you have for breakfast?
French toast, strawberries, breakfast ham, more ham, and scrambled eggs, no cheese, salt and pepper.
Okay. I can't even think of a quick question.
What do you like?
What was the best part about your day today?
The best day about my day today was I was like kind of going through something, and you know, my friends took the initiative to just like, you know, handle it the way that they know that I would have wanted it to be handled, man. Just being around that love and support.
Okay, yep.
Look like, oh shit, my guy.
So you was gonna do something in your friends eat, bro?
Just being around that love and support is what really just like was the best part of my day. Like knowing like I could call somebody and just be like, yo,
Okay, shout out to those friends that
I'm in a situation right now.
Yeah, they come through and meet your mind off real quick.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, do you want to ask me any warm-up questions or none? You don't
Well,
have to.
Well, who are you podcasting for the podcast? The author,
Yes, I'm Arena.
yeah,
AC Irving,
yeah,
Keisha.
yeah.
It's Elaine.
Toya,
Nah.
Toya, Toya.
Oh my goodness, we might need 2 parts for this because
We can see how it go. I'm open to it.
Yes, that's who I am. Good question.
Your favorite? I'm gonna just rebuttal the same question you asked. Your favorite color?
My favorite colors is green, purple, and I like orange.
Okay. Purple used to be one of my favorite colors. What's the favorite number?
6.
Your sign.
I'm a Gemini. What's your sign? Because I didn't even ask you.
I'm a Taurus. I'm next up.
Taurus, y'all crazy.
I'm next up.
I'm right after.
Yeah. I'm next up. You know we gonna move everything out the way.
We in whack Eric on Aries season, you know.
Angry Aries season.
Right, they crawling up from nah. All right, let's get down to it. All right, so your topic is lifestyle. Is there like anything where you want to start?
We want to start. I'm open. I'm open-minded.
We talked about a lot of the things we've been through, changing lifestyles. If your lifestyle was working for you, the negative and the positive in lifestyles, where we going?
So you asked me straight question. I'll be there with you.
Okay, so what is a major part of your lifestyle that you feel like is very important?
Like no shade, it may sound like very like simple, but like a major part of my lifestyle is just like money and just keep it fine. Like I don't like to like be the person that's just sitting around without.
Okay, so we talking about getting money.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like being the person without for real. Like as long as I know that. Oh, this is spiritual podcast too. As long as I know like that God is waking me up or the higher power waking me up, I know that's all they gotta do, and I'm gonna handle the rest. That's that. Like it's not really like, you know, some days are better than others, but for the most part, that is really like my main goal. Cause I really feel like right now, nobody can have too much money. Me especially, like. I know, like, I want more for myself. Like, I'm not a person to sit around and just act like, oh, I live the best life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know, I'm greedy. I'm always want more.
Okay, that's not. I'm greedy. You sure you want to say that? You know, greed is a.
I mean, greedy is just a simple term. Like, whoever it's for, whoever it's not, it's not. I'm really one way. Like, if they're gonna tear me up, they're gonna tear me up. I know the people that know what I'm.
Okay.
They get the message.
Okay. So we talking about getting money. Is there like a specifics on that, or just in general, like when it's time to get it, I'm gonna get it? Cause I know that ain't nothing like being a hustler, basically, right?
Yeah, like, and I come from that.
Right.
So you know, I've seen like people make money all different types of ways, and I mean from like 9 to 5s to.
All types of stuff.
Criminality.
Yep.
But that's the word for, you know, like, that's the proper term for criminality, illegal. Like, I've seen it all. So, like, no one way is the right way. And I'm speaking for myself. I'm not, like, speaking to nobody else. No one way is the right way for me. So, you know, I just know what it's like to actually, you know.
Okay, so.
To grow.
Is there anything, like, you learned or anything specific advice you want to give when it comes to living a lifestyle and getting money no matter what? Just having an investment spirit.
Personally, I wish I would have thought smarter and not harder. Like, I just feel like when you put yourself in certain situations, you always need to know that just weigh your pros and your cons before you just like run out there and you just chasing before you get a wake up call and you know, you know what I'm trying to say?
I feel like what you're trying to say is like have a plan.
Yeah, just always have a plan.
Yeah.
And I can honestly sit here and say I never had a plan because I was just always chasing
For the moment.
chasing a lifestyle. You
Right.
know, the flashy stuff and doing what it was that I felt like was okay to do in that moment, and I wasn't setting myself up for the future.
That's a good
Personally.
one. That's a good one.
Personally, I
Please
feel like
take
I
it.
was never setting myself up for the future, and I've seen a lot, and I've done a lot, and I feel like if I would have put certain things into play when I had the opportunities to, I would be further than I am now. Not saying that I'm in a bad position right now.
Trust me, I'm.
Not saying that I'm in a bad position now, but I'm just saying like if I would have handled shit when I was supposed to handle it, I wouldn't still be out here trying to handle it.
I hear that. I feel like definitely. That's like on one of my podcasts. I was asked, "What's one of my 5 major goals?" It's money management because I'm a hustler just like you. We're gonna get it anyways. You know, we used to get it together.
Yeah.
And I just felt like you gotta have a plan, a purpose for that. Like, you can't just be getting all this money and then what are you doing with it? As far as for me, speaking in, personally. So money management was a big thing. I feel like if I could have had better in my hustler days, maybe I would have had certain things.
Absolutely.
Been able to.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, like goals, like we took a short term, a long term.
He asked me 5 short. I got short term because it's for the year.
I mean, five goals. I can't even sit here and say, "Yo, I got 5 goals."
You just gotta think.
But, yeah, and I wasn't prepared for the question, but if I
No, I was just saying, like, I was using it as an example, like on another podcast.
no, I definitely have goals, but I'm just saying 5 of them, like, will give us be a little more thought than 2, 3.
Okay.
I don't like to overwhelm myself anyway.
Yeah.
So-
No, it gotta make sense for you.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we could touch on some things that we've had to change in our lifestyle, or even like give us a little bit about our walk of life. Which one you want to touch on first?
Which one you want me to touch on?
It don't matter.
Oh, it don't matter.
All right, so tell us a little bit about your walk of life. Well, you already said you get up and get it. As long as it's fighting your body, you do what you have to do. Is there anything that you've had to change in your lifestyle?
Absolutely.
Anything like specific you want to speak on?
My behaviors overall,
Okay.
like I was extremely impulsive. Extremely impulsive. So, and I mean impulsive is like the best word I could like give you.
Was it an example or not? You don't gotta say too much.
I
if you don't want
mean, is it an example as far as I'm waking up and I'm just doing
it. Okay.
whatever it is that I wanted to do that day? I felt like that's what was supposed to happen, and if it didn't happen, it just gonna happen.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
get out my way, and that's that. Like, for real. I mean, other than that, like, that was my biggest bridge that I knew that I had to cross, because that fueled a lot of my pleasures, just me always being so impulsive all the time.
Okay. Did you like? Have you worked on it? Have you gotten better? Is there anything you could give to someone else who's impulsive?
Absolutely. I mean, when you just like naturally an impulsive person, like I feel like those behaviors is like more so learned than like taught. You know what I'm saying? Like well, taught and learned is the same thing, but I feel like you pick up those behaviors from consistently doing the same thing. So whatever it is that you're doing, like, and I mean from just anything, like something as simple as let me make it relatable just to anybody.
I'm an impulsive.
If you drink it every day, that's feeding like a pleasure that you know that like needs to be fulfilled instantly. You know what I'm saying? Like from criminality, anything. You know you doing something and do something so that something could be done.
Right.
Like Yes.
I've been impulsive before, but I'm only impulsive in certain moments. I'm not like always impulsive. And boys,
And you know where that comes from like what we was doing. Like we want it now. That's an impulsive behavior. That's an extremely impulsive behavior. Like we want it now. So
we gotta go
so
get
this is what is gonna happen, and that's gonna happen so that I can get it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So that was one of the things you said you had to change. Anything else, or that was it?
Oh, what else? I mean, I guess it feeds into my impulsive personality, my emotions as well. Like, I didn't know how to control my emotions, so you know.
Oh yes, we talked about. Well, we slowly looked up like.
Yeah, like the podcast before the podcast. Yeah, we just had a conversation, and my emotion, like I was like, emotionally challenged. Like I felt like whatever I said was supposed to be done, and like you know, that like they push people out of my life or brought people into my life, whatever it is. Like I know that that's something that I'm really trying to conquer and get. Like I feel like anything that's not. I felt like anything that I told somebody, like, give me a ride. Oh, you want to give me a ride? Like, you know, like it's just like shit like that, like little simple shit like that, like
When that happens to me, it depends on what the situation is. I always like end up not beating myself up, but like mad that I'm even having to be in this position to ask you for something that you can tell me no.
No, but the thing is, I really don't have to ask for it, and I'm gonna keep it a band with you. I don't really gotta ask for it, but it's just like something.
If I do.
It's just not even if I do, because I ask for things a lot of times and I don't need it.
No, I mean, but when I do, if I do ask for it, I want it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's that impulsive behavior. Naturally, it's like I'm telling you. That shit is a demon for real. Cause the second you hear the word no, it's like, nah. No, you didn't.
I be hearing like I have people. Got a couple of people that came to mind that say that to me. Like I feel like if I'm asking you for something, I think this kind of what you mean. Cause I don't have to. Not that I don't have to ask. I really don't. But I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only asking because this is something that it should be said yes.
Or no,
Why would you
because it
tell
shouldn't
me
be.
no?
I know it. No, I know. You can't sit here and say it should be.
It should. If
It's
I'm
correct.
asking you for something,
Because if
it
somebody
should be
can,
yes.
if somebody
if
can,
it's no,
I will still be like, what? Get the fuck out. Like, get away from me. You can't.
yeah, but be upset if you say no.
You hear me?
Like,
Me
what do
too,
you
though.
mean no?
Nah, me too, for real.
But it depends on what it is. Certain things,
No,
like, all right, but
don't ever like use that word unless it's like life or death, for real.
all right, that's not fair.
I know it's not, but like I said, it's something that I've been working on.
Okay.
That was the point.
All right.
What about you? What you been working on? Smasha.
What I've been working on podcast before the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and you know I've been working on that since forever because was that my first or my second show I had? You was there.
Yeah.
So you've been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on more books. I'm working on movie production.
That's so crazy because not to cut you off, a couple days ago I was just in the car and I'm like, oh, I'm going on what we call you on AC?
You can call me AC.
Yeah, AC Urban Podcast. They're like, oh, they're both quickie, like she.
Quickie, shout out to Quickie.
They was oh,
That's what I'm
hype.
talking about.
They
See,
was
I'm
hype
trying
when
to
I
work
said
on
it.
that. Quickie
No, I
part
couldn't see the
2.
audience, but whatever.
Okay, yes. Quickie part 2. These books, these movie productions.
I'm not gonna lie, I never read it. But is it supposed to be like is it a cliffhanger at the end?
Well, it's 5 different stories. Quickie is a book of short story.
Right.
So it depends on what story. I feel like all of them are cliffhangers because it's a series.
I
So
remember,
some of them make
I remember
it
you from
short.
Twitter, writing your stories
Twitter
on Twitter.
tells, yes.
All of that.
All the-
For real. Like I've been around for a minute, y'all. Don't get it twisted. I've been around for a minute for real. I remember her writing the stories on Twitter, like everybody going crazy about it. Yes, for real.
So that's what I'm working on. I'm working on bringing more books. I'm working on different type of genres though, like, cause I just write for fun. You know, I write urban fiction. I want to write for inspiration, and I want to write a little bit of crime, mystery, things
Mhm.
like that. Children books.
But your farm's still gonna be urban.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like.
Well, I'm gonna do a detective story.
Oh.
Yeah. But children books coming soon. I'm just working on my purpose, working on my name, what I'm producing out here, leaving something for somebody.
Oh yeah, and shout out. I'm about to be y'all know Lash Tech and all that. Since we
Okay.
talk about what we working on, I thought we was
Okay.
talking about like behaviors and shit, like lifestyle.
Oh, you want me to talk
But-
about
but- no, but lifestyle is about like professionalism too. So I'm like I'm about to be Lash Tech. I'm telling everybody here.
Okay, let's get it. You know the name on that yet?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's book so.
yeah, the person who was just on the phone is supposed to be that person telling me out the name and all that.
Okay. All right. Shout out to that. When Brad come in.
I mean, I really didn't want to get into the business of servicing people, but people say that because, like, you know, the women be around me. I don't want to do hair. I don't want to do eyebrows. I don't do that like that. I feel like
I'm not
lashes.
so some lashes on.
Yeah, you know, lashes is still there. I know. I mean, I didn't see a lot of.
I have a hard time with lashes. My daughter was just trying
And
to.
I feel like I don't. Me personally, I feel like I don't.
That's
I know I can't do hair. I know I can't like. I don't want to cut hair. Or I was thinking about taking it the esthetician way, but that comes with a lot
That's
of
definitely in
schooling.
your area.
That comes with a lot of schooling and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm not ready for that just yet because I got a life, you know.
You ready for anything that your mind said?
Absolutely, but no, I know what I'm ready
But
for.
I know what you mean.
I know what I'm ready
Trust me.
for. So
I know what you mean.
we're gonna climb that mountain, and when we get there,
Just
Well,
yeah, it'll be right there in line. Like,
hopefully sooner than later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I get a service? What else? Let's see. We go too far back to be sitting here acting like we strangers interviewing each other.
We not.
So let's. I guess we gonna get into the not so serious part of life.
I mean, when we was outside thugging.
Thugging and bugging
We
and
was
drugging.
outside, yeah. We was outside thugging, doing the stuff.
I guess we are living, breathing witnesses of lifestyles and changes and how you gotta make it work for you. What we used to do.
Boost.
We were the best.
I mean, word. Word. I mean,
yes.
yeah.
I lived a lifestyle of a criminal before. Plenty of times we've been in situations where we just gotta thank God he brought us out.
Listen, they had us on a whole flyer before y'all. They had us on a whole flyer and they paid me out to be this evil ass person.
Painted me out to be a worker, first of all, since we're gonna talk about it.
Paid me out to
Painted
be.
me, I was really upset about that.
Paid me out to be fucking El Chapo of the group. Of the group, like what? What?
Oh my God, that's one of the things that I really don't miss. Like, you know, when we was living that lifestyle, you know how they say you got monkeys on your back. Like, you would do something and you gotta wait 2 weeks to find out if it's
That lifestyle still follows me to this day. Like what you call it? Like non-disclosure. Like I'm on parole right now, and you know, like I'm still like having like issues and shit like that because somebody that was doing something look like me or match my description or shit like that, and I'm left to fight it in court. Like, you know, shit like that is like absolutely crazy. But I'm not gonna say like I'm not for real. Like the parole situation was the wake up call for me. Was like really the wake up call for me. Like going up there, like you know, like that was the last. Like you know, that was the time where it was like, yeah, no one county jail. No, like that was like it was.
Wake up, go get it together. I'm trying to think of how.
And not even so much that it was a wake up call to get it together, but it was just like for me, it was just like that wow moment.
Yeah.
That wow moment, like from what I was doing.
Was there any moment before that you thought was a wake up call? But it wasn't?
Absolutely. And guess what? I was just like, you know what? That wasn't enough. That was not a fucking enough for me to not feel like I can't like do what I want to do. That's that impulsive shit from earlier we was talking about, for real. That's that impulsive shit we was talking about earlier. So me being on parole and like having like all this nonsense, having to answer to people, which is another thing I don't like to do. I don't like to answer people. So when I gotta answer somebody, it's just like, yo, I'm annoyed. I gotta go check in with these people, let them into my life, do all that dumb shit, and it's just not what it's like. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense for what I was
For what I was getting.
yeah, for the shit that I like, yo, I'm a private person. So anybody that like really know me, know like if I open up to them and I really tell them something for real, like that is a luxury. And I'm not saying for me, for you. Like if I tell you something, you know, like whether it's gossip, messy shit, fucking whatever it is,
Whatever
like
it
you
is.
know, like if I'm telling
you tea,
if I'm telling
tea.
you a piece of something about me or about something I heard or about anything, you know, like it's real. Like I feel like that in itself is a luxury. Like I'm like,
I definitely like when you spoke on like the wake up call, because I remember the calls that should have been my wake up calls wasn't. But one thing about it, anytime I would be like, God, please get me out of this. When so many different situations with cops, you know, they be wilding when you live in a criminal lifestyle.
and you want to know what's so crazy? Like, and I mean, like for real, y'all, this ain't no made up shit. When I got in the car one today, me and her just got pulled over on the way to come here.
And that was the thing you got.
We dead ass just got pulled over, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
And that was you know,
Like
you got didn't
like
do too much.
she cut a car off. Where we
I didn't
from?
see it, y'all. We almost got to it.
Respectfully though, respectfully, she cut a car off. They must have seen something. They pulling up, jumping out, asking if she okay and all that crazy shit. Like, thank God it didn't go where I thought it was.
I'm glad I didn't hit the car. First
Yes,
of all.
absolutely.
Thank God, because I did not see it. It came out of nowhere. And I mean, we was like,
But
I'm
for
turning
me-
the car, coming, we like this.
Right.
Next thing, police like, I'm like, oh
He
goodness.
like,
They probably think I'm drunk. They think I'm bugging. They like, you all right? I'm like,
yeah. They came to the car asking me what's in my head. Listen, I'm gonna throw this shit out the window.
But that's why I thank God, because I'm covered and I'm highly favored and I'm
Absolutely.
blessed.
He was on that prayer line.
I was
before we
on the
came.
prayer line
He
too.
was on prayer. And that's what kind of distracted you.
I told him that. Told him, I'm sorry, I'm over here listening to the prayer line.
Mm-hmm.
But I was talking about the wake up call. I'm like, God, please get me out of this, and I won't ever do it again. And He would get me out of it, and I would do it again. And He would get me out of it, and I'd do it again.
Absolutely.
But the one
But
that
that
I
just
remember
keep going. Sorry.
was, I don't know how nitty gritty we could get, but you know, Black
This-
Friday shopping.
This your back. This your podcast.
I know. You know Black Friday shopping. You know how that go. I never go Friday shopping.
I
And the
like
one time,
every once in a while.
the one time I decided to, it was crazy. Got arrested on some SWAT team stuff. It was
Cause
crazy.
that's when they out. That's when them people's out.
Crazy. So now I'm in Riverhead
That's the
store.
Boosters holiday. If you don't know it, ladies and gentlemen, that is a Boosters holiday. A quarter.
The Boosters holiday is
That's like-
hilarious.
Yeah, that's like
That's a fact.
that's a fraud holiday.
And I had this judge. And usually everything always works in my favor. You know, like I said,
Not
with
for real.
praying and all of that.
It never works in my favor.
Well, thank God it's in for me. And the judge was like, she reading off all the charges, and she just like, 'cause you know, when you get in trouble with certain situations, they're like, all right, we're gonna close it, but stay out of trouble for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So now 6 months
Absolutely.
is not even up, right? The 6
Right.
months is not even
Right.
up, and you get in trouble again. So she's like, you just don't learn your lesson. And I'm trying to tell her like, I'm a different person. I'm changing my lifestyle. I don't do this no more. She's like,
Lifestyle.
I need proof. What do you mean? Like, you're not showing me this. I'm looking at the records and you just doing the same thing. So I'm like, okay. At that time, I was in college. I just graduated last year, December. And I had to like print all of that out. I had to print out the proof that I'm in school. I had to print out the proof that I'm an author, print out my books on Amazon and stuff. And it was like in the process of doing it, I had to remember and realize like who I am and who I'm trying to be, who I'm becoming. And I'm like, you can't be being this whole person and then you over here fighting charges, could be going in jail, living a crazy lifestyle. So I thank God for that judge, even though she was so rude.
And not to cut you off, like you see, I be willing to do like social media things, you know, but I don't want that attention on me.
What do you mean?
for those reasons.
Oh, see, so you gotta change your life. You gotta pick a lifestyle.
I'm not saying I'm still a criminal, y'all. I'm not
Nothing. We
saying
not
I'm
no
still a
criminals. I'm definitely.
I got more parole on the people on my back, but anyways, I honestly feel like when you subject yourself to a certain crowd and people, like certain things do need to change.
Yes.
You just you can't associate yourself with certain people. You can't just be anywhere and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's if you gotta remember who you are, remember what you're doing.
You got no.
Your
You,
goals,
most
what
importantly,
you
you gotta
trying
remember
to
your
do.
brand. Your
Like,
brand.
yes.
You yourself are your brand. So
Yes.
so regardless of what, you need to know like.
I'm not trying to be like you said. They had a little bit more into the damn bulletin awareness they had of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's embarrassing.
He was
Like
tearing this shit up.
that's embarrassing. People pulling up their crime.
But you want to know what's so crazy? Then I didn't view it as being embarrassing. I was like, shit, listen.
At the time, I was mad that they called me a worker. I still was immature with it.
You know,
A worker, y'all know who I am.
Top of the list.
But I'm like, that's good. You know what? Let me be low.
Nah,
Let me
man.
be low. Let me be low. I ain't never been no worker. Anyway.
You know, they had this El Chapo, my homegirls at Griselda Barker. Free her though. She doing
That was crazy.
She doing that, yeah. She come home soon.
But that was one of the biggest things I had to change about my lifestyle. And still to this day, I got it in me, but I won't.
And I know when that itch get
I don't, and I won't. Yep, I can't. So,
because you know what you have to do.
yes.
You can't afford to be on Crime Stoppers.
And it can't be on Crime Stoppers.
Not AC Irving.
Right? Like, and I remember
not buying her
why
breasts.
she used to be like, you can't be getting caught up on the news on this, like, and I'm
You're
like,
not
I know, and it was hard though.
Like, you know, when
Like,
the whole
let's-
TikTok trend came out, like, I'm like, yo, like, I talk shit all day. All these people get on social media talking shit, they lingo, flying around, doing what they want to do, but it's like people, like, they getting household slogans and shit. Me and my friends do that shit every day. What I could say, I could say anything, and somebody's gonna want to say it after me. You know, like. But I just feel like I don't want myself subjected to that type of attention just yet. Just yet.
Yeah, I'm mad. I forgot what I was supposed to say.
Let's get back to the house parties now. Remember the house parties you used to throw?
Yes.
Yes, it's sweet.
Yes.
We used to have a
lot of time.
ball.
It was fun.
A ball.
I remember my house party for my birthday party. Yo, that was.
That's the one I'm really. That's the one
That's
I'm
the
really
one.
talking about.
That's the one. I remember this girl started doing push-ups in the middle of the party.
That's the one I'm really
Yo,
talking
that
about.
was-
The punch, the everything.
We was having a time.
That's when you was with
Anyway. Anyway.
Yeah.
What else we finna talk about? Sorry, y'all. I'm going to my little notes.
The not so serious part.
Yeah.
Cause we probably put you out of town in a second.
So, like, what's your overall message about lifestyles and what you could give to people before we?
I honestly feel like I'm an adaptive person. So any situation I done been in, like any fucking any fucking situation I done been in, anything I done been through, I know that I could conquer that. Like, and that's a part of like me being raised by a black queen. Like, there was in the thing I was talking about. Like, I done seen people overcome shit, so I know like the worst is only gonna be minimal, cause it's better to come. Like,
It's always better to come.
you gonna cry today, you gonna be happy
It's
tomorrow.
gonna be joy in the morning.
It's gonna be joy,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be joy in the morning. What scripture is that?
I don't know, but it's gonna be
But
joy
yeah,
in the
you
morning.
gonna cry today, but it's gonna be joy in the morning.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, only thing I can really tell anybody from my personal experience from life, and anybody that's just like trying to actually figure shit out and they don't know what it is that they trying to figure out, just do whatever make you happy and just don't like. I'm not telling you to not be a people's pleaser, because at the end of the day, your image is a part of who you are. So you don't want to be that person that niggas is and females is just not. Ladies and gentlemen, is not wanting to do stuff with or being able to handle because you feel like everything you say is final. Because I've been there before. I was that person. I was that person that was like, well, if you're not about to get down with the program, beat it. Beat it. Like, beat it. Like, I don't really care about nothing else. It's my word or it's nothing. Whatever I want to do is what needs to happen.
And you're here to tell people that that's not always good.
And I'm here to tell people that that's not always the way to go. Now, I'm not telling you to take nonsense from nobody neither. So like, it's just common knowledge. What you know needs to be done. Do what works for you. At the end of the day, just do what works for you and handle yourself and handle others the way you want to be handled. Don't be just out here doing nothing. Just don't be just.
Definitely don't be doing.
Don't be
that.
just no. Don't be out here just doing nothing, and don't be out here just doing anything. Like, is the message. Don't be that person. Just handle yourself and like figure it out as soon as you can. It's not a race.
It's a marathon.
It's not a race. It's a marathon. And just know like something is always going to happen as long as you willing to put that footwork in and do what you got to do to better yourself with the right intentions. Also, you need to have the right intentions. Like, so don't be out here trying to like do it because you want to shit on this one, or this one shitted on you, or whatever it is. Make sure that you're doing everything that you want to do for you, and I mean that like, and I mean that on a personal level. Whether it's you doing it for your children, or like, 'cause that is you as well. Like your children, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I like that message, such as deliverance to the people. Mine's would
Well,
be-
fuck what niggas guys say. Yes.
My overall message from Lifestyle and our conversation here, I feel like, is first and foremost, I'm never knocking nobody's hustle, never knocking what nobody
Absolutely.
doing to get money. I just feel like, what I've learned for myself, that I feel like I could tell somebody else, is just make sure you have a plan, you have a purpose, you're doing it for a reason. That comes with even working a 9 to 5. Like, some people go to work every day, for
And be
years,
stressed out
and like
and
that's
never
just
have a
it.
moment for
right.
themselves.
That can't be it.
And I know that's
At least
that's
that's
not my
fine.
story.
Right.
And people that, oh, you don't want to get a job, and I'm like, yo, that's not my story.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
It depends on both
No,
people.
I know I
made
have
my
to-
message out there for
sorry,
conversation. Oh, so have a purpose, have a plan. Like I say, you can work in a 9 to 5. I know for me, I love my job. I'm thankful for it. I'm glad that I have a paycheck. I go punch the clock as much as I do. I don't always,
As though you punch that clock, you know,
Right.
people owe you.
but I know that it's more for me. So I'm trying to make it work. Like, I'm using that money to fund whatever I need, using book money to fund a podcast, nothing stress. So you got to get it. But just have a plan with it. Know, like you said, what works for you, do what makes you happy. Keep in mind, keep those people around you that tell you things in reality for your own goods, because they want to see you do better. Don't always be like, don't be the type of person that someone can't talk to or give you a little bit of advice.
Always
Just make
keep
sure
all in mind.
Yes, just make sure it's coming from someone who's doing a little bit more to you, or
No,
Look-
because no, I'm gonna cut you off right there because people that's doing less than you always have a message.
Yeah, they have a message,
They
but
have a note.
there's a difference between a message and advice.
Advice as well.
So
Because not every, and I'm gonna say this because I've been in situations where I've been trying to give somebody advice on something, and I seen they looked at me less as them, but they were just like, oh, like that doesn't matter coming from you.
why were you trying to give them advice on something you haven't done?
Absolutely,
That's a little.
no, that's not
That argument, I will argue that.
But
we
I mean,
can't.
let's argue it. Let's argue it right now. Come on, cause like understand. If I'm a viewer, all right. Let's go to the. You write books, right? If I said I didn't like this story, you could have did this. You could have did that.
Oh yeah,
I'm not.
for
But I don't write books. I've never done that. So you can't say.
but you read. I'm not asking you as a writer. I'm asking you as a reader. So the fact that you read books, your opinion matters. And you're not giving me advice on something that you haven't done. You should read.
Absolutely.
Read it.
Well,
But I understand what you're saying.
yes, like there are things that I feel like everybody should listen to,
Yes.
and everybody should know. And it's not like
Coming from anybody.
it's not. It's coming from anybody. At the end of the day, I respect somebody's approach before I respect somebody's opinion. Like if you approach me the correct way about something I'm doing, okay.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it valid. That doesn't make your opinion valid. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I'm stuck on giving advice in situations that you haven't been in. I feel like yes and no. First of all, yes, because when you, like, let's say if somebody's in a situation, you, for an example, if I'm in a situation and you and my friend and you on the outside looking in, I probably do need to hear what you got to say because you on the outside looking in, I'm in it. So I'm still
Absolutely.
But at the same time, if you haven't been through this or had to overcome it or had to do anything, I'm going to take heed to what you say, but I don't know if I will have to. Some people may be like, I don't want to take heed to what you're saying because you ain't even been in these shoes yet. You haven't even
And that's
been through this.
and that's honestly, like I said, I feel like the approach is what matters. The approach is what naturally matters. Because if I feel like you just telling me anything because this is what the people say, or if these are your honest feelings about me, and you're somebody that's involved in what I got going on, or somebody that's involved and know what I'm going through, your approaching your opinion is valid to me to some point. Let me not just worry. I don't really care for people that be like, oh, well, you're not going through this, or you not, listen, at the end of the day, I'm seeing what's going on. Or I thought that you need to see this.
Okay.
Because you're not seeing this.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You're not seeing
Seeing
this.
it from the outside
Yes.
is very different.
Yes,
They hate being in it
absolutely.
because I could be in it.
And that's a part of image as well.
Yeah.
That's a part of image as well. Listen, like I need to know how people are viewing me because I don't want to be looking like, you know, not that matters either, but that comes with when.
It's a balance.
Yes, it's a
It's
balance.
a balance.
Absolutely a
Really.
balance.
I think I got my message out.
Sorry, I cut you off.
I think that, I don't know, we just got sidetracked because that's how conversation goes. That's why this is called the podcast before the podcast, because we just be chilling talking.
Absolutely.
And you don't know, never know what you're getting from a conversation. But yes, have people around you that, I was saying, be able to have someone talk to you, be able to take constructive criticism, basically, like what you're saying, you know, take advice. Make sure your lifestyle is working for you. Nobody could judge you with God. Can't nobody tell you how to live. Can't nobody tell you right from wrong. But you know, when you go to sleep at night, when you wake up in the morning, when you're by yourself, what you should or shouldn't be doing. And just, you know, follow that. Make it work for you. Make changes. You got to make necessary changes in your environment, the people you hang out with, the people you speak to every day, scrolling in social media, the people you follow. All of that plays a big part when you're trying to, you know, change and look for your lifestyle.
Like I said, as long as I get my rest, I got the rest. That's it.
Okay. Well, I think we did recession now. I think we just did. You got anything I know what to do?
I'm not getting
Yuck, love CJ.
She loves Leon.
He loves me too.
I love her.
Thanks for coming out. Thanks for the topic.
Thanks for having me, you know, the biggest, the greatest, yeah. Now lay on my body. Please, I didn't so punch it. I kept it very PG-13, very professional.
I'm
So-
glad. I'm glad.
But the next time I come here, y'all gonna be informed, because this is not my first time, or last time. So no, it's the last.
Well, that wraps up the podcast before the podcast. Can you tell the people something about me?
Shout out to AC Irvin.
Okay.
Like, I done seen her at the park fighting.
Oh,
I done see her in the stores boosted. I done see her.
Living different lifestyles.
I done see her living a lot of lifestyles for real. And I mean, I done been with her through a lot of hoopla and like how these
Trials and tribulations.
a lot of trials and tribulations. I done see you through some shit. So and I'm just proud of you for everything that you're doing. Podcast, writing novels,
Movie coming.
movies and series and shit come like that. I really respect that shit. Us coming from the same town, I almost said city. Us coming from the same town, us doing what we gotta, like, you doing what you have to do and handling what you want to handle so that you could do what you gotta do for who you gotta do it for is what matters. And that's a part of my lifestyle. Right?
Thank you. I love you.
No walls.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. That was another episode of the podcast before the podcast, and I can't wait for y'all to see it.